and welcome to Big Friendly Grub, you absolutely beautiful people. Now, I went into the shop the other day and I went into the bread section just because I was looking for a loaf of bread, and I spotted something that I hadn't had for ages, and that was a soft pretzel. I love soft pretzels, but I hadn't had one for so long. They're so good. Prefer them to those little small crunchy things that you get. Not that they're bad, I just prefer the big soft fluffy pretzels with sea salt on. They're so good. And I thought, I haven't made those for ages either, and I thought, oh, it'd be perfect for a video. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you how to make soft pretzels, hopefully as close to authentic as possible, because you've got like the authentic German versions, you've got like the New York soft pretzels as well. There's a slight difference. Can't remember what they are at the moment, but there's a difference. So I'm going to try go towards the more German version. Might not be exact, but this is how I've made them in the past and it works for me. So let's give it a go. Let's make some pretzels. Okay, to start off with, I've got 440 milliliters of lukewarm water here, and into that I'm going to pop in 600 grams or 3 tablespoons worth of malt extract. You can get this from like some health food places or online, but I believe it's a fairly traditional ingredient for authentic pretzels. Just gonna mix that in to that water until it starts to dissolve a bit. Gives it an amazing smell, sort of like a bready beery smell, because it is like, you know, malt extract, and you get malt in beer and other things like that. It smells incredible. There you go. And then I'm going to pop in 12 grams of yeast into that. Now I can pop myself in 750 grams worth of strong white bread flour, about 16 grams worth of fine sea salt, then about 65 grams of softened butter. And I'm going to get in there and just start to bring that all together. I'm using my dough scraper here, but you could get in with your hands or a wooden spoon, entirely up to you. And with that come together, I'm just going to take that out along with any other bits and bring that together more. Then with that brought together, I'm just going to knead this for a good 10 minutes just by stretching it, pulling it for about a good 10 minutes till it comes into a nice, smooth and elastic dough. Stop! Thank you. That's my timer to tell me I've been kneading for 10 minutes. So that has come into a nice, smooth, stretchy, elastic dough, which looks really nice, feels really good too. So I'm just going to pop this into a bowl which I've greased with some olive oil. I'm just going to cover it with some cling film. Then I'm going to pop that into a warm, dry place for about an hour to prove and double in size. Then after 1 hour, you can see this has risen up very, very nicely indeed. So I'm just going to take this out, knock out all the air, and I'm going to separate this out into balls of roughly about 140 grams each. I think you should probably get about, I don't know, 8, 9, around that sort of number. So about that sort of size, bigger than a golf ball, but not as big as a tennis ball. There we go, I got 9 pieces out of that. And now I'm just going to cover these over with a clean tea towel, and I'm just going to leave them to rest for 5 minutes. We don't want to do a second prove on these. So these have had 5 minutes to rest, so now we need to shape them into pretzels. Otherwise they're just rolls. And what we need to do is we just need to press this out and get it into a long sausage shape as you possibly can. Probably not even a sausage, more like a bit of rope. Kind of start from the middle and roll your way out. There we go, I've got a nice long snake of pretzel dough, and then what I'm going to do is just flip that over so I've got myself a loop. Then 1, 2, 3. Make sure that's a big hoop, and just bring that over the top. And that is our first pretzel shape. I'm going to pop that back onto my tray and do the rest. Then once we've shaped our pretzels, we want a large pan of water that's come up to just a rolling boil, and I'm going to add in probably about 70 grams worth of honey into it. I am going to eyeball this. I reckon that's about right. Stir this in, and what we're going to do is we're going to pop our pretzels into this water just for 20 seconds, 10 seconds on each side, because basically what we're doing is the same thing as you do for bagels, and this gives it a nice skin, stops it from rising too much in the oven, and you get that nice chewy pretzel texture that you would expect. And I'm going to pop one of my pretzels into that water just for 10 seconds. I'm going to get underneath it and carefully flip it over. There we go. And back underneath it, make sure it's drained off as best as I can, and I'll pop that onto the tray over there. I'm only going to do 4 this time because that's all I'm going to be able to fit onto my tray, and I don't want to overcrowd it because when they rise they will stick together and I don't want that. And then once they've had about a minute just to rest after being in that water, I'm just going to brush them with some egg white. I'm going to sprinkle over some sea salt, coarse sea salt this time, not fine sea salt. Then I'm going to pop these into the oven at 220 degrees C for about 12 to 15 minutes roughly, or at least until they're nice and golden brown. And after 12 minutes we've got some lovely golden brown pretzels there, and I'm going to just let those cool while I finish my other bagels, and then hopefully they should be cool enough for me to try one, because I love a pretzel. There we go, one beautiful looking homemade pretzel, and the rest are over there because I'm only going to eat one because I'm not going to eat a whole load of pretzels all to myself. God, they smell amazing. Nothing like just freshly baked bread in general, but pretzels, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the malt, maybe it's the honey, maybe it's the combination, but they just smell amazing, and those have turned out really well. I'm not going to talk any longer because I want to try one, so I'm just going to probably just tear it open. Look at that beautiful soft inside. Oh, just so good. Right, cheers. Oh, still warm. Just, I absolutely love a soft pretzel. They are fantastic. Even just by themselves, they are so good. But have them with a nice cold beer, in my case non-alcoholic, you don't need anything else with them, to be honest. They are just so good on their own. And I'm really happy with these, but they are just so good. And they're not that hard. They can be a little bit tricky to start off with, but I think once you get down with rolling out the dough and things like that and making sure you get the shape right, they turn out beautifully. So yeah, homemade pretzels, there's nothing quite like them. Just so good. So that is it. That is how you make homemade pretzels. Give them a go. You won't regret it. They are so good. So that is it from me this week. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to find out when new videos are going up, and I will see you next time on Big Friendly Grub. I'm off to go finish my pretzels. See ya, bye!